The Government of India has officially issued the notification for the census slated to be held in 2027. For the first time since independence, caste-based data will also be collected as census data, and a new column will be added to the questionnaire for the purpose. The census will be conducted in 2 phases using digital method, and there will be also an option for self-enumeration. This comes a day after Union Home Minister Amit Shah held a high-level review meeting regarding this. The 2-day G7 summit will commence today in Canada's Kananaskis. Many world leaders, including President Donald Trump, Italian Prime Minister Giorgia Meloni, have arrived to attend the summit. Prime Minister Narendra Modi will travel to Canada from Cyprus today. He is expected to meet Canada's new Prime Minister Mark Carney for the first time. Meanwhile, India to represent Global South at G7 meeting. On the sidelines of the summit, PM Modi holds his first-time meeting with Donald Trump, who is the launch of Operation Sindoor. During his visit to Cyprus, PM Modi heaped praises at UPS, stating that many countries are now using India's payment system. He added that France has already joined it and Cyprus also shown interest. PM Modi emphatically noted that half of the world's digital payment happen in India. Prime Minister Narendra Modi announced in Cyprus that India and European Union aims to finalize a free trade agreement by the end of this year. The deal will boost trade and economic cooperation. External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar said India will strongly represent the Global South at the G7 summit. He emphasized India's role in shaping global policies. Notably, PM Modi will lead India's participation in Canada. External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar had a conversation with Armenia's Foreign Minister Ararat Mirzoyan. They discussed ways to improve relations and strengthen cooperation between India and Armenia. Both sides agreed to keep working together on mutual interest. The process of identifying the victim of the Ahmedabad plane crash has been speeded up. Dr. Rajneesh Patel from Ahmedabad Civil Hospital said the 80 DNA samples has been collected, including DNA of former Gujarat Chief Minister Vijay Rupani. So far, 33 bodies has been handed over to their families. Former Gujarat Chief Minister Vijay Rupani will be cremated with full state honour today in Rajkot. His mortal remains were handed over to his family at 11:30 am from the civil hospital and brought to Rajkot by air. His final journey will begin from the residence at 5 pm and the cremation will be take place at Ramnath Para Crematorium at 6 pm. After a fatal helicopter crash in Uttarakhand that killed 7, Aryan Aviation operations have been halted. DGC has also suspended the license of 2 pilots. Aryan Aviation was the company that was carrying out operations during the Char Dham Yatra. Investigators recovered the cockpit voice recorder from the Air India plane crash site. It will help clarify what the pilot said in the final moments. This is the key to understanding the cause of the tragedy. After the Ahmedabad crash, 2 Boeing Dreamliner flights headed to India were diverted due to threats. One was from London and the other was the Frankfurt. Authorities are checking for possible technical or security risk. An Air India flight from Hong Kong to Delhi was forced to return after the pilot noticed a technical problem mid-air. The Boeing 878A Dreamliner landed safely back in Hong Kong. No injuries were reported, the passengers were kept informed. Notably, the plane that crashed in Ahmedabad killing 241 passengers were also Boeing 787A Dreamliner. A major accident was avoided at Lucknow airport when sparks flew from a plane's wheel during a landing. A Saudi flight was carrying Hajj pilgrims, but it landed safely. Authorities are investigating the cause of the spark. The Indian Air Force Air Defence System had made a major announcement, stating that it was able to detect a British F-35 fighter jet which is capable of stealth. It highlights the growing strength of India's air defence technology. Former CEO of Niti Aayog and PM Modi's trusted lieutenant, Amitabh Kant has resigned as India's G20 Sherpa. He also announced that this marks the end of his 45 years long government career. He played a key role in India's G20 presidency, which was held in September 2023. Congress leader Sonia Gandhi was admitted to Delhi's Sir Gangaram Hospital today due to stomach-related issues. According to the hospital authorities, he was kept under observation. Early on June 7, she was undergoing a medical checkup in Shimla after complaining of high blood pressure. A Congress councillor in Indore has been accused of funding a conversion racket. Police says he gave 3 lakh of the accused to help them to lure girls online. He is now absconding, and as per the media reports, the 2 accused have admitted their crime on video. Noida police arrested a Bangladeshi national for staying in India with a fake Aadhaar card. He had used the ID to get a job in Indrapuram. The man has been handed over to the immigration officials. Authorities in Delhi uncovered a 14 crore tax fraud involving fake GST invoices. They seized 1.1 crore in cash and arrested 1 suspect. The investigation is continued to trace more people involved. The US Embassy in Tel Aviv suffered a minor damage after the Iranian missile strike amid rising tensions with Israel. No one was reported injured, but the embassy was closed for the day. The attack was a part of Iran's response to ongoing regional conflict, despite Trump's warning to Islamic Republic. A top Iranian officials claimed Pakistan would launch a nuclear strike on Israel if it is used nuke on Iran. However, moments later, Pakistan denied the asserting, calling it false. The comment has added tension to the already tense region. Amid the Iran-Israel conflict, the Indian government has reallocated several Indian students to safe areas within Iran. The embassy is working closely with locals to ensure their safety. The EM confirmed these steps were taken as a precaution. A mass shooting took place at the West Feast in Utah's West Valley City. Multiple people were injured and police rushed to secure the area. The motive behind the attack is still under investigation. A Naga delegation visited Oxford University to seek the return of over 200 ancestral human remains taken during British rule. They asked the UK Museum to repatriate them. The delegation called it a matter of identity and respect. Iran rejected a ceasefire proposal while Israel continued missile attack on Tehran. Air sirens were heard in Tel Aviv as tension rose. The conflict is escalating with no peace talks in sight. From today, UPI transaction will be faster due to a backend upgrade. Payment applications like PhonePe, Paytm and Google Pay will be processed payment with less delay. This is expected to help users and businesses alike. A fire broke out on a train running between Pune and Dond. Luckily, no passengers were hurt and everyone was evacuated safely. Authorities are investigating the cause of the fire. A landslide struck in Kedarnath's trekking path, killing 1 person and injuring many. The accident occurred due to heavy rain and unstable terrain. Rescue team rushed to help the injured.